Let me ask Robbie a question. Robbie,
Sure.
let's just say for argument's sake, I'm a big company. I come into Montana where you are,
Okay.
and I say, okay, you're for the most part, we're going to give you paid training,
Right.
but it's going to be a third of what you would normally make, right?
Yep.
But you really need to know how to operate uh, the next phase of this evolution that's going to occur here, you
Sure.
know. But by the end of it, your wage is going to be, let's just say the median wage there is 40,000, right?
Yep.
They say by the time we're done, you should be at 35 to 38, 35 to 40 as far as the band is concerned, that wage band,
Okay.
or higher. All right.
Sure.
Would you welcome that? Would you sit
100%.
down, do the training, go through it? It might take 6 months to a year. I know that most people would,
Yeah.
but the question is, would we hold the company accountable for that training? Because training costs them money. They're
Sure.
going to, any big business that moves into an area, they lose months.
Sure.
I want to say 8 months or a year easily. They lose money for that entire period until everything is up and going. And I think that is really the way in middle America to make people interested. I
Yeah.
don't think that this idea of going back and I know that some people will just take any job, but at this
Right now, here,
particular
it's all about
point,
just surviving. It's
yeah,
all about just surviving right now. I mean, forget
right,
about the job that you want to have. It's literally, I mean, here, Achilles, and I'm sure, I mean, I speak for probably 90% of middle America right now.
it's here too. Yeah,
It's all about
yeah,
just simply surviving. It's about just being able to pay the rent and then decide what bill am I going to be late on this month so I can get groceries for my kids. I mean, that is
and
the reality.
absolutely. And when you are thinking that way, pardon me for saying this, your mind cannot think of bigger things,
Of course.
and that is the perfect way that companies, corporations keep a certain percentage
Yeah.
of the population down, right?
Yep.
It is exactly their program, whether conscious or not. This is the way they keep people below middle class, and that they can control people
Yep.
more so who are at that level, because you cannot think big if you can't make your rent, if you can't buy your kids things. Absolutely not. So we have to find something that gets them on the road to, okay, like I mentioned, the training's going to start here.
Sure.
We're going to pay 80% of what your wage is going to be. Then it goes up. The longer you're in there, the higher it goes up. So
Yeah.
let's say 6 months from now, you get a pay increase.
Yeah.
6 months after, you get, and then all of a sudden you're at 100%. So the next thing you know, instead of 40,000, you're closer to 50,000.
Do
You
you want me to
know,
tell you why that would never happen?
please.
H-1B visas. It is cheaper for companies. And this is one of the reasons why people on the right, like me, absolutely hate them. And I'm sure there's a lot of bleed over on the left too, because there is no incentive for companies like what you're talking about to come in and start training people, investing in that human capital, build that workforce domestically. If you can hire a foreigner that already is trained for 60%, and they're already able to bring that full load in. So
Right.
that's the daylight between me and Trump. Like I'm a MAGA conservative. I'm not a Republican. I hate the Republican Party. I despise them because I mean they made it very clear they're not for me. But the split that you see on the right is between what you just talk about investing in the American population versus the country club Republicans who want to bring in foreign serfs, let's call them what it is, H-1B visa holders, to depress those wages. And that's what I'm saying. What Trump is doing now, he's pushing for stability. I think that if he's able to win the working class and say, listen, I'm fighting for you, and these asshole Republicans and Democrats are the ones who are actively screwing you, they're voting against what I'm trying to do, he will win the midterms. And to borrow a Trumpism, he will win bigly because this is about building a
I don't
movement for
disagree.
him.
I
All right.
don't disagree. I think when you appeal to the segment, a large segment of the population that's suffering, that's going through this, and that the corporations are not on board with, like you said, having these visas
Well, they're incentivized not
reduced,
to.
redacted,
Mhm.
and the like. But here's the thing: at some point, we have to get on board with getting some people
I
aboard
agree.
domestically. And the
Things are going to
question now
explode.
goes back to the corporations: are they willing to go and do this?
Yeah, either
And
that
my
or they're going to deal with political instability that's going to hurt their bottom line in a major way. We're going to have to leave that there, Aquiles, but thank you so much for joining us.
It's a
Always a pleasure
pleasure.
to see you. Aquiles Larrea
my
Jr. is the
pleasure.
founder and CEO of Larrea Wealth Management here in New York City. Since '02, he's been a personal CFO to Latino executives and entrepreneurs with $1 million plus portfolios, a graduate of St. John's University and a 5th degree black belt. He's a frequent media contributor on wealth strategies.
Let me
Thanks
throw something
always.
out real quick, too,
Quickly.
Ted, real quick.
Okay.
I'm reading Achilles' book, Wise Up with Your Money. So I'm reading 2 books right now. I'm reading Ted's book, it's not out yet, and I'm reading his. And if you are interested at all in finance and trying to figure out just how to make your dollar stretch a little bit, I'm telling y'all, buy his book. It's on Amazon. Great read. I am
I'll
not
do
paid
that.
by him to push his book. I'm just telling you, it's a damn good book. Go buy
I
it.
appreciate that.
All right. And with that, talk to you soon and have a great day, Achilles. Okay.